I'm just gonna wait for this to go through. Hello, everyone. All right, today we're gonna have maybe a bit of a short one, but this is a continuation of last week's, where we were testing fighter designs. So I actually thought that we left off on a conclusive spot, but I did a little bit more testing offline, and it turns out that the late game meta might not actually be the meta that we thought. So if you don't know the full methodology, I do go into it in the other stream, just at the beginning of the stream, if you want to check that out. But I'll briefly go over it here. Essentially, what I'm doing here is I'm calculating how many mils you can use or how much IC you can use, taking into consideration the resource cost. So essentially, the designs of some of the ships, like the mothership, requires 12 resources. This is some pretty expensive stuff that you usually have to trade for. Like example, you need aluminum and rubber. With the supersonic jet, you need chromium. Let's see here, because you need. So this is a not the moderns, but the supersonics. You need 6 chromium. You need two chromium for the modern as well. So usually you don't always have this unless you're playing the Soviets or Turkey. So you usually have to trade for this. So essentially, I did a little calculation where we kind of estimate how much you'd actually have to trade for it. So 40 traded civs would leave you with 59 mils. And you sort of get an IC cost. And so we were trying to compare what the fighter costs were in terms of like the actual IC cost. So it's the IC cost of each plane, and how many we would get, right? So this is the total IC you could get from the amount of mils that you have, right? Sometimes they're higher, sometimes they're lower. And then the cost, and then how many planes you could theoretically get out with that amount of factories. So this was the new meta. This was the new meta here. The one that we found here was the HMG heavy machine guns on supersonic jets, and using just the jet things. And then I tested this one here, and it seemed that the one engine didn't perform very well. But then I was doing some more tests just to like get some clips in that, and it looks like it might be wrong. So this here, the heavy modern, the modern HMG one is performs better than the supersonic jet. So I'm actually suspecting that the advanced might actually be the better one. So I want to do an advanced versus modern HMG. And maybe we'll run, yeah. Not supersonic, rather. So, advanced. Modern. So, this is HMG 1. Well, there is only one, but yeah, so HMG engine 1. So we need to make some designs in the game with the advanced and the modern. So I think I'm gonna tag back over to that, and then we'll come out here, and I'm just gonna run this test. I might run this one again just to show you guys, just to what it looks like. But yeah. All right, let me close this, and we will load up a game. And yeah, so I hope everyone's doing well. It's gonna be a little slow, but we'll get into it. And then if we have time, I might do a little bit of a channel review, because we got some old videos that I need to update. Where we got here, so fighter test, this might be the one that I'm looking for. If we're at war, I'm gonna have to go back to a further one. I can't tell, so let's load it up and see what it looks like. So yeah, so it might be old meta is still the meta, which it's a little unfortunate, but all right. So we're not at war, which is good. So first thing we do is we turn off AI, and then I want to see what we have. So so this design, this is the modern with the HMG1. So let's go here. Yeah, so this is looking like the this might be the meta. Not using the jet engine. So the jet engines, the second you put on an actual jet engine, it adds a ton of chromium cost. So an extra that extra cost there, it brings down your range. So it means that you have to have if we're trying to keep that 1200 minimum range or ideal 1800, it just kills it. It just kills it. So and that costs 20 versus 18. So you save 2. I think the real cost is when you add in the chromium, it just brings it right down. And then because of that, you have to remove, we would have to do something like this, right? Maybe we can get an armor plate on. Nah, that exceeds thrust. So the problem is the design, you end up getting with less defense, it costs more, it just ends up not being worth it, right? So I'm going to keep that fighter up for France. We're going to take back to the UK. And we're going to take a look here. So, and then this is the supersonic jet. Supersonic, and then we'll double check. Yeah. So, obviously, it has got better stats. It is the better plane. It's just that you cost more and you just don't get as many. So, we have 59 air wings, and then what was France again? 59 versus 98. So, like, yeah, it's a better plane, and 1-to-1, they totally win. They totally win. No, yeah. So the gas mask, I know this. The answer is you always want to have 1x. So 2x engines is essentially it kills the efficiency. So this one here is not this is the old one that didn't do super well. But if I take to England, it's gonna be, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the one engine. Oh, it's the one engine. So if you use 2, look at the cost jump. So watch right here. So this is 53, right? I'm using 2. So it's 1, 2. It just makes it so much more expensive. Plus it adds an extra chromium. So you do get some more thrust, and you can get better stuff, but you've already got most of your guns on here. You can get a little bit more air attack because you can get that on. And yes, you could, if you wanted, you could make like a really good range. You could make a massively high range fighter. So like this is where you would want to use it if you needed to get 3,700 kilometer range. But if you're fighting in Europe and you're going for exchanges, you want to get like the best results. You want to get the most what would you call it? Like you want to have the best exchanges in terms of losses, right? And so when you lose a plane, you're losing ADIC versus 53 with this one here. So it ends up just being not worth it, because although you'll potentially lose less because you can get more defense on or something, it just ends up never overcoming that extra cost. How's it going, Hatless? Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna run this test again just to show you guys, and also just to make sure that we've got everything set up. So we had to do some stuff here. So it's the nighttime. We need to get it to the day. So we're gonna go to day. All right. So 1 p.m. So we turn off weather during the day, so that makes sure that we're not fighting at night. And then we make sure that all of these are up. They are. We want to have fuel gain. Now I think fuel gain only works when you're controlling the country. So we're gonna add 500,000 here. And for whatever reason, it'll stay, so we can take back and forth. But I gotta make sure that we've got fuel gain. Another thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna I was thinking about this last week. I'm gonna add a ton of silos just to beef up the country. Okay. So it's current reserves now 1.65. Yeah. So I'll fill these up both countries, because we were running into some tests where they were actually going down, and I think it was because we almost had a thing. You're ready to learn. Agility is almost 80. Isn't agility air defense? I know. I'm just saying the gas mask. I run the test. I can show you here. Here, like I'll bring back up the spreadsheet. I'm telling you, just telling you that the numbers are they're not coming out. Like, so here's a supersonic jet that has two engines. That one there, and then so this one it beats the motherships, which is fine, but then when it goes against engine 2s and then engine 1s, you don't lose as much IC. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it I don't know what, like, how the math exactly works out. It's just like in terms of the exchanges, but like if you're factoring what the outcome is, it is so much better to only have one engine, pretty much always on a fighter. So make sure that that's still not up. Okay. All right. So that I see here. So I'm gonna resave this test just so we have it. Oh, and I need to make sure that we actually haven't done the exchanges already. Detail 0, perfect. Okay. Trying to find out where we're at all the high. I have too many saves. All right, heavy and supersonic with the HM. Jeez. Yes, through overriding. Okay. It's 12 days. All right, so we're gonna fill up these reserves and then, yeah, okay. It's 8 days. It's not gonna take too long. All right, and weather is off. Perfect. Okay. Oh, this one's gonna take like. You see, this is what I was talking about. So even though I was filling it up on the other side, it's not filling up for. It wasn't filling up for the UK. So it seems it's very interesting, but fuel gain, this works only for the player controlled country, and you can add it to another country, but when you tag out, it just won't give it to the AI. So that's it's good to know. So I think because France has the higher fuel, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna go to France again to make sure that their missions are up, and then we'll take back, and then I'll run the test, and then yeah. Okay, all the missions are up. Okay, so because UK has less capacity, I will run them on this side. Okay, so what we want is we want it to pause in hours, and then so we want 30 days times 24, right? Which is, I'm trying to remember, 720. Let's double check so that we got the right thing. Yeah, 720. Okay. All right, so 24 hours for 30 days, essentially, it's, you know, a month rounded, right? Yeah. And then I'm pulling this back up. And end of the League of Nations, and here we go. So, you don't get to see the enemy air accidents, but yeah. And it looks like the UK, you also get less air superiority. So, you know, because you can get the numbers. And the exchanges do seem like it's in favor of the supersonic. So we lost 2,088 fighters and then 4,029. Yeah. Fighter competition. Yeah, I think that might be what we have to do. We might have to have a fighter competition. Each player gets a certain level. Yeah, and I think I could do that. I could set the rules and tell people the methodology and then just have a fighter competition. Yeah. that might be what I have to do actually. Make a video, say it's we got the meta already, and then yeah. Okay. So I'm going to be adding, here, let's adding these numbers first. So we need, so it's, so we're also counting air accidents. So it's, so we're redoing the test. Sorry guys, I just have to put in some numbers here first. And then I can take over to the spreadsheet and show you guys. And then 4398. 398. Ooh, actually, that's it's is it? I'm not too sure if that scales, but okay. So we do have a different result, which is good. Okay, and so IC cost. We want to do. Let me just pull up the. I need to look at the numbers because I. So it's the 98 one. Oh, do I not have a 98? No, 96.8. Yes, supersonic jet. Hold on. This one. May have messed up. This doesn't seem right. No, we tested. Oh no, sorry. France tested moderns, right? Should double check this. Sorry, I thought I was looking at UK. Yeah, so moderns are 42s. Yeah, so this is correct. So these were 42s, and then the other ones are. So we're taking this, and then we're multiplying this by 42. Okay, so this is your losses. And then supersonic jet is 53. Ooh, these ones are, oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. This might, we actually might have a contender. Yeah, so clearly supersonic jet wins this one. Just gonna make sure I did that right, or maybe I did it wrong off screen. Yeah, so I do have new meta here, but then I did another test and it was not in favor. Okay. I literally thought I had the opposite result. Well, yeah, so actually, so this is the last test that I have here, and I'm clearly getting different results. Maybe I put the numbers in wrong. Okay, what is this? This is K12? Oops. Hold on. I got to look at why we got this. K12. 96. Oh, it's using the old cost. Okay. Right. And so, oh, no, this is the heavy. Yes. Okay. No. Oh, perfect. This is actually making a lot of sense. Before, I actually didn't run this test. I didn't run this test because I thought that it actually would have come out to be the monitor. Okay, so actually, I was wrong at the beginning of the stream here. I said that the moderns actually were the better one, and it's not true. Okay. All right, well, what I want to actually do is I want to run this test. I think a fighter competition might have to be the case. Yeah, we might have to do something like that because very clear that. Yeah, keep in mind, guys, that I did this test Monday, maybe. So I'm working on memory, and I didn't actually write it down the notes. But yeah, okay. I almost want to run this one again, but let's do an advanced versus modern test. All right, so this actually is the new meta. So I'll show you the design, what I'm looking at today. So not this, but this actually does make a little bit of sense. I was actually trying to like eke out. Let me pull this back. I was trying to eke out like the most attack and defense on it. So we're at 15. Yeah. So I couldn't add armor plates, could we? Yeah, this is it. This is it. I literally, okay, this is funny. This is funny. I was like, okay, we've got a, I remember this now. Yeah, common butter now. Best strong. Yeah. The thing with strap bombers is for the most part, I think it's literally just a stack it. Like with cast, it's stack ground attack. Because it comes down to the amount of planes you can get into the combat with. And unless you're playing against a player, you don't actually need air defense. So good day to you, silent YouTuber. But yeah, okay, so it looks like this might be our current meta contender. Okay. So I do want to compare again the moderns and the, oops, why did I not screenshot? Oops. Ugh. Go away. So I have like pop-ups that you guys can't see. Okay, perfect. Here we go. All right, so it might be slightly worth. So the difference is, like, clearly in terms of IC, this is actually a big difference. So, like this is a notable result. So, yeah. So that was the Garbo one. Let's see if I can put this. Ooh, hello. So I'm thinking this might be the one, and it's 1,600 kilometers too. That's actually really good for range. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna reload this test, and then we're gonna make an advanced, and then do some numbers. Why did it not? Eh. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Oh, that's weird. Look, I'm in the loading screen. The plane designer is still up. It might crash my game. Okay, no, we're good. Okay, so we're keeping the no, we're not keeping the supersonic. So for this test, I'm going to be making an advanced. So let's find large, modern, large, and small. Okay. Okay, so you can only with the advanced, you can only get 3 things on. So this would be our base. We need to get at least 1,200 kilometers, ideally. Oh dear. Okay, so that's not looking super hot. I can tell you already. Can we get another one? Oh, you can. Okay. All right, so we got this option. Yeah, and they're 36. Okay. Yeah, and there's definitely nothing I can do here. Recon equipment, none of this matters. That just adds to the cost. At a certain point, like, no, you have to have the engine 4s. So you would have to have engine 4s. Very low speed. Okay. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this just so I have it. And then we know that the cost is 38 and it is 4. So it is 5 resources and 38 production cost. Okay. So 38 IC. So we're going to do the advanced. And we know that it is 5 resources. And it is, and I said 38. Come on, please. All right. So it is only 4 cheaper than the modern. And it's honestly, I'm sitting here thinking, this isn't the right modern. It's a different one. I'm sitting here thinking that this is, yeah. Oh, and also I came to the conclusion that cannons are terrible. Cannon 2s are terrible, both of them. Even Cannon 2s, like even late game Cannon 2s, which people were saying, like I'm thinking I even tested it, and Cannon 2s were better than heavy machine guns, but the heavy machine guns aren't just the better option overall. Yeah. All right, so so essentially what I can do is I'm just going to copy this one down here. So this is mills. So this must be 100. This is the reserve civs estimated trade cost. Okay. No, I don't want to do that. Hold on. So I know that these are 5. Right, there we go. And then so I can take this number. So it'll be total mills times my cost here. So and this might not make a lot of sense to you guys because it's just like if you miss the explanation, but oops, that is not what I meant to do. I'm sorry, what's going on here? What did I do? Hold on. All right. So it is mills times C9 and B22. Oh, production cost per mill. Okay, perfect. Which literally it'll be this number. It'll be this number, right? Nope. It'll be that number. There you go. And then so we got this. can I do this? Will this work? Ooh, yeah. Okay. 10, like nearly 11,000. Yeah, nearly 11,000. Is it something not related up to update? Is it possible to get the dreadnought? I have no idea. That's yeah. There's a dreadnought focus on Brazil, Chile. What are the requirements? What's not working about it? Okay, so I need to spawn this number. So 10. I wish I could just keep this up here. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna type it in chat because I can tab over. Boom. Okay. All right. So we need to delete all their planes, which we've just done. And then fighters, supersonic, delete. I'm gonna go for. Oh no, we're not gonna do anything. AI is off. Okay, go forward. Okay. So we need to give it a name. Spiteful? Yeah. But I will call this advanced. Okay. Because what we can do is we can do add equipment. And then add the number. Oh my god. Chat. I know I can't keep track of two. I need another monitor, Onion Duck. I can't keep. There's too many things because I'm tabbing between like spreadsheets and like the chat thing. I literally can't. I need another monitor if I want to do Twitch as well. You technically should buy them from other countries, but that doesn't give you anything. Yeah, honestly, if that's the case, like. And I would test it like not in a proper game, but just like something with console. But if that actually is the case, just yeah, report as a bug. Oh, advanced D. There we go. All right, so we just spawned in a ton of planes. Do we even have the airports for it on the UK? Definitely not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Nice off. All right, so it's gonna take a lot of clicking, but why the hell do we have these guys? What are you doing? I know they won't reinforce the wings, but come on, we're doing a test here. Can't have other stuff. All right, so we leave 100 plus the remainder. So in this case, it's gonna be 150. In the meantime, it's just gonna be a lot of clicking. There's another way to do this, right? There's like. Crap, it's like you do quick deploy and then you do this and then I can do it from here, right? And then then I can do shift click. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, control click and then shift click, right? There we go. Perfect. Oh my god. 20, 60, 80, 100, and then this is just going to be There you go. All right. Oh, the quick deploy button comes in handy. Thank you, Paradox. All right. We definitely have the range to cover all of this. We are going to go forward. Oops. So I want to do fuel gain 500,000. Oh, they don't even care. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know. Like I mean I'm not Paradox, right? So I've definitely reported bugs and them, not been addressed. All right, fueled up on both sides of the channel. And we need it to be daytime, so I'm gonna go forward a little bit there. We're turning off weather. We tag back to the UK. Why are you not Paradox? I don't know. Just let me go buy all their stock. Yeah. I'll take it over and then I'll have all the bugs fixed. I think a big problem that they have is they don't communicate. They don't communicate when they fix a bug. It's literally like it'll be buried in a patch note. So like I don't know. I've had stuff that like I didn't know it was patched, but for like months. And I'm the kind of person who will read the patch notes. You know what I mean? So what they need to do is like if you report them on the forums, this is what I think they should do. If you report something on the forums, there should be like a little button you select, and it's like send me an email notification when this is patched or when this is resolved, like on a ticket or whatever. And then they should just resolve it. You know what I mean? Or like and then like when it's resolved, they close the ticket and it just sends you a little email and be like, hey, thank you for, reporting this. It's been fixed and it'll be in the next patch or whatever. That's all they got to do. But yeah. All right. So today, right now, we are testing advanced small airframes and modern small airframes. So essentially, I just want to be like, if the moderns come out on top, I don't have to test the advanced versus the supersonic. Okay. If the advanced come out on top, I have to test them against the supersonic. All right, and then so just to show you here that this is the modern. Okay. All right, we're gonna go back to the UK because they are the ones with the smaller fuel pile, and we are doing pause. In how many hours, chat? Everyone knows. Why is Belgium? It's not natural borders. The reason why I annexed them into Belgium or into France because Belgium guarantees the independence of France at the beginning of the game now. So I didn't want them putting up fighters or anything if I accidentally turned off AI or left AI on. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna leave this up here and we're at war. Yes. Weather's off, AI is off. We've got fuel. I'm gonna save just in case. you know when you get that gut feeling? Just in case. Who's just in case? Anyways. Alright, let's do 4. Okay. Ooh, alright. Yeah, I'm thinking the modern's gonna win. I'm looking at the numbers already, and I just have that feeling. Because like they're pretty close in terms of cost. Alright, you know what? See, I much prefer this conclusion because if I make a video on it, yeah, look, the big numbers. If I make a video on this and I'm going and I say, "Oh, the advanced are much better than supersonic. Don't even bother." If someone there like sees that, like if one of the developers actually sees that, they'll patch it, they'll change it, right? And then my video becomes obsolete. But if it's like, "Oh no, actually, you get a slight advantage each time you go up," even though it's more expensive or something. If that's the conclusion, then that's how it'll stay, right? And I'm not saying that it's like my video that would be the one that impacted it, but like people will start talking about it and then it'll become like the thing, Anyways, yeah, okay. We're all right. So we got some numbers here. Can I punch these in? So fighters lost, yeah, 1,500. So I'm gonna go over to tests. 15, 18. Okay, and then for the modern, which is on France's side, so we are including accidents. So I can see my accidents, but I can't see France's accidents. But if we tag over, so it says 5683, but if we go over, it's not. It's 57, or sorry, not 57, 2765. 2765. Okay, and then so we have an advanced. The advanced was 38. I see. I could reorganize this spreadsheet a little bit better. All right, so yeah, guys. So there was a savings of 4 IC. 4 IC. Okay. Yeah, it 100% is going to be this number here. All right, boop, yeah. Okay. So it is better to upgrade the engines. This is the conclusion we've come to. All right. So just what we learned about fighters. It is better to get the next airframe. So improve. You always want to get to at least improved, right? And advanced are better improved. And then, modern's better. Supersonic's better than that. This is the best gun. Just get this. Get as many of these as you can. In a situation where you just don't have the weight, just get one of these. So that's the case with the supersonic. Always upgrading your engine is the best. And when you put that engine on, never use 2. Never use 2. Always use 1. So at least in terms of your fighter exchanges, this just adds way too much cost. Like it's so much more extra cost, right? So if you are going to use it, use 1, right? And then, yeah. All right. Okay, so wait, what? What the heck? Yeah, the modern is okay. We're good. All right, yeah, actually, so that actually worked out a little bit. But yeah, I think I'll have this in terms of like that's the advanced modern. Yeah, I'm gonna take a better picture of the modern. Let's do that now. Just so I have it for my spreadsheets. Yeah, this is it here. All right, this is the better one. Yeah, I don't know, but I guess there is some people like still thinking that the cannons were good, but they're not. They're really not. Okay. Mothership. This is the advanced. Okay. So before I move on, you guys have any questions? Let's actually take a look at that thing about Brazil. So what was it? So Killzone was saying something about the update in every time he's played South America. Ooh, what are we doing here? Turn this off. Yeah. So what's this focus? It's something to do with Dreadnought procurement. All right, so this here. Unlock race decision. Okay, hold on. Arms race decision. So focus, no checks. Let's do ignore. Complete. All right. So you do this and then you get some decisions, it looks like. You get 2 battleships if they agree to sell. 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 All right, so this is the problem probably that you're having. So you need an opinion, a good opinion of them. Yeah, always only engine 1. I don't think there's going to be some fringe cases. It might be worth it. What we'll do, maybe with the fighter competition, we'll do sorry for bouncing around, guys, but maybe we'll do an advanced level, so a 1940 and 1944, or not even 1944. We'll say 1940, 1943, and 1945, maybe 42. I don't know. We'll just do 3 levels. So advanced, improved, advanced, modern, and then modern with jets. Let's say. I guess by 45, if you have this, you can also get jets. It's so late, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, like if you're playing in like 1946 to get jets. Yeah, but it is always engine 1. You add a second engine on a fighter, it instantly doesn't make it worth it. Okay. So just to come back to this. So let's do improve relations. I just want to see how this event works, and then I might look up the code and we'll see what it does. Maybe there's just you've been having like really bad luck with this. All right, so where are you at? United States. So they're not in a civil war. They've not capitulated, and they have a good opinion of you. So you hit this button here. Active for 14 days. I'm going to take over to the USA, and they should get probably an event here, right? So that's 1 day. And then what I'll do is, yeah, here we go. Brazilian naval thing. So in exchange, you would get a factory. So we have 240 ships. Brazilian naval procurement. Okay, so we hit this. USA doesn't lose anything. I didn't check if Brazil gained anything, did they? Yeah, no, you totally do get it. So it seems like the AI has to agree to it. Okay, so now I'm going to look up the code. And we can do this together, actually. Let's look up the code. It's quite difficult when you got to do, like... There we go, perfect. So Brazilian naval. This will take a little bit, but yeah. So just use crappy guns. Oh yeah. Essentially, like, I think you just need to get to the point where, like, rush the tech to get improved, and then just fight with improved. But yeah, and just make I guess with the basic, you probably want to have range if you're gonna build any basics. I don't know, like a 19 Brazilian. Like 1936, if you are putting up fighters, honestly, you just put up anything, right? The AI doesn't have anything to challenge you with. And then the question is, like, what's the most meta, right? So it's like, how many, factories do you need or whatever? Oh my god, come on. I think it's because I'm streaming too. This is being a little bit slower as well. It's gotta validate my files. Come on. Come on. I wonder what I was even looking for here. Oh, okay. Did I misspell this? Brazilian? Is that Brazilian? Okay, hold on. Purchase dreadnoughts. Oh. You guys can't see that. Why is that? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Why is that not up? What? I just made a new window. Eh? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. So it was purchase dreadnoughts. Yeah, okay, here we go. Oh, nope. Okay, so this is the decision. If we can find it. Okay, here, shared decisions. So it looks like it's shared. And then they get a generic event. Okay. Here's the event. Modifier from... Okay, so it looks like so this is the worst part about reading the chances of the things, but it looks like you have a base chance of 0. If you're in a faction, it'll add 50% chance. If you're same ideology, it's 50% chance. Like in addition, I don't know if these are additive or multiplicative. I've always wondered if you have more than 80%, you get an extra 30. So it seems like if you're the same ideology and you have good relations, you have an 80% chance of them saying yes. And if you're in the same faction, it's another 50%. So I don't know if you're still here, Killzone, but that's the thing here. Let's see. You're not, eh? What is that? What do we got for a timestamp? Sure. Are we? No, it's only 46 minutes. So. It might have just been unlucky. Yeah, we can actually test this to see if they'll do it. So let's set up the situation where we're the same ideology and the same what you call it as someone. So what do we got here? France. No, it'll is UK, are they at war? Hold on. They have a war goal. Okay. So turn. Okay, so ruling party is the same. Yeah. I'm gonna say yes, man, to get into the allies. Yep. And then we'll turn on we're turning AI back on, just so they say yes. So we're in the allies. We're the same ideology. The UK should say yes to this. So we have 15 votes currently. Here, let's delete our navy just to see if we get any votes. Nope, I can't delete my pride. We'll delete everything but the pride. And nothing is being produced. Let's go forward. Oh, they went to war. Why did they go to war? Is that one of the conditions? Not in a civil war, not capitulated. Okay. Okay, they should say yes, in theory. They agreed to it? Okay. Excellent news. It looks like we've got some hull designs, and we got the ships. So it does work. Yeah. So yeah, it does look like it works. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, okay, so like this is we're already in 45 minutes. So what I wanted to do for the last bit of the stream is something that I should have set up audio levels for. So let's see here, pigeon channel. Can I move this? Why are you not? Let me move it. Okay. Let me close the game. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to look at some of their old my old videos, and I wanted to see what this looks like to you guys, or not looks like to you guys, but what would you call this? I wanted to see if this is up to date. Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, so we're kind of old here. Let's do theater mode. Okay. I'm just let me know what the audio levels look like here, guys. Just want to make sure she's working. Oh, looks like we got to do this one. So it's only 35 seconds. I don't know what I even said for 35 seconds. Man, that's probably one of the more difficult things to do. Yeah, and so what I want to do is we're gonna look at these videos, and then I could speak. We could take some notes. Some notes. What's this here? BRB, not BRB. Notes. So I want to take some notes, and then we're going to, essentially what I need to do is I need to go through the channel and then look at things that I need to update. That makes sense? I'm sure that makes sense. How's this looking? Oop, there we go. Notes. So organization video. I think maybe this could be redone to be added. This could be added. Yeah. All right. Okay, does this make sense? I don't know if I just explained that very well, but yeah, I'm gonna watch my videos, and we're gonna look at see how out of date these are, because they're 3 years old, right? So there's gonna be some stuff that's changed from the game, and then maybe we could improve it. And then I'm gonna take these videos down and then make new ones, essentially. Yeah.
How does the organization stat work in Hearts of Iron 4? Organization is effectively your unit's morale, or how long they can stay in battle. Once the organization of the unit reaches 0, the unit will stop attacking. Or if they were defending, they will retreat from the tile. Units that are in reserve, i.e. on the tile but not actively fighting, will not recover their organization.
That's true.
The organization of a division is the average of all battalions. Ideally, you should try to get at least 60 organization for defensive units and 30 organization for tanks when designing templates.
I say like 30 or 50 is fine. Yeah. All right. Honestly, there's nothing really wrong with that video. Yeah. So I think we could leave that one up. So let's go oldest.
Why are my units so slow in Hearts of Iron 4?
Okay.
This could be because of a number of factors. The first thing that you should look at is the maximum speed of your division template. This stat is the fastest this division will be able to move without strategic redeployment. The division's movement speed is based off of the slowest battalion. Motorized generally moves quicker than tanks, tanks move quicker than cavalry, and infantry will most often be the slowest. Terrain, enemy air...
I remember someone said that, because I said cavalry instead of cavalry, I remember there was a comment, particularly from this video, where someone was really upset about that.
Air supremacy and supply can also impact unit speed.
Okay, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that video. I think maybe I don't know what else. I guess you could say like there's like strategic redeployment and stuff, but it's really I guess I am answering the question, why are my units slow, and it happens to be movement speed. So yeah.
What is recovery rate in Hearts of Iron 4? Recovery rate is the measure of how fast units regenerate their organization. Your units that are not in combat or in reserves will recover their organization at this rate. Recovery rate is important, so if you have the opportunity to upgrade it through researching doctrines, upgrading field marshals, a focus, or hiring staff, I strongly recommend doing so.
Okay, honestly, dude, like, it's good info, not much to it. Like, I guess if you're really new, yeah, I think this is a big problem that I've had since doing these videos here, is I just want to keep talking. I just want to keep talking, because like if you compare this to like a latest video, like we're like naval mines, I guess even naval mines are like 52 seconds. That's pretty good. Yeah, like reduce your stats. Talking about forts, it's 2 minutes long. Like, bro, stop blabbing, you know? Okay, so field hospital is one that I think we definitely have to update. So
what is trickleback, experience loss, and field hospitals in Hearts of Iron 4? Trickleback reduces the losses to manpower from combat when a unit loses HP. Experience loss works much like trickleback. As a unit loses HP in combat, it will lose experience. To increase trickleback and reduce experience loss, you can add field hospitals to your units. Early in the game, the benefits are minimal. However, field hospital 4s can get you 50% trickleback.
I think these are different numbers now. Yeah, they're definitely
loss.
Different numbers. Yeah, so I think we should talk about the helis, like new numbers, and helis. Yeah, so that video needs to be updated. Cavalry, yeah. Bijan, how's it going? Add MSR for org damage. Yeah, so that's the problem. Is like, I know what you mean, Lance, because it's like you start talking about HOI4 stats, and everything like affects each other, right? So it's like, I want to make it so I want to make it so that like I'm only specifically talking about the one thing, and that's the whole point of these videos, right? Like, and I try to keep them under a minute, at most 2 minutes. But yeah, yeah, we also have helis for sure. Uh, yeah, and I get that. Cowardly, yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah, brevity in space is actually an advantage. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean that's all. It's the whole thing. Like the origin of this channel is like literally to be concise, despite me being live and like just rambling and mumbling and all this crap. uh I script all these things, and yeah, I think we need to update these videos. Part of the reason why I want to go through and update the videos is I just want to be able to say like this is still good in 2025. You know what I mean? Like these are still accurate. These 3 videos are accurate in 2025. This is not inaccurate, except for the numbers. I think the numbers have changed a little bit, and maybe I can add in helicopters too to talk about trickleback. Yeah. All right. And I think reliability's changed a little bit. There's some more stuff with that. Yeah, reinforce rate, consumer goods. Consumer goods has definitely changed. So yeah. All right, let's look at suppression. Oh, suppression's changed a bunch because I know if I remember this video correctly, I recommend using tanks, or no, armored cars. Armored cars, because like that's what it was, like the meta before No Step Back. Yeah, okay. So let's do suppression. Which it's if you don't have the DLC, that armored cars are still good for it. It's just that yeah.
What is suppression in Hearts of Iron 4? Suppression is the unit's ability to suppress local resistance when used as a garrison.
It doesn't need to be that high.
A good template for garrison divisions has all cavalry battalions. You can also add MP support companies to this division to reduce the overall cost of your garrison divisions.
I should talk about the 2 wits.
Also have a high suppression value, but it may not be worth dedicating factories to building them solely for garrison divisions. In addition to customizing your garrison division, it is important to check your occupation laws. Civilian oversight or local police force will provide the best options for compliance gain. Brutal oppression will bring down the resistance quickest, but it requires double the garrison. If you're a communist nation, you will have access to liberated workers, which will provide a bonus to local resources and factories. However, if you're democratic, the best option might be local autonomy, as it requires the smallest number of divisions and gives you a bonus to compliance.
Yeah, that thing about local autonomy.
Compliance.
Oh, come on, stop.
And gives you a bonus.
Local autonomy. This is one thing. If you ever play France or the UK and you're staying democratic, the first thing you should do is switch to local autonomy. I think we can also add in so this is just some new stuff. I should have talked about 2 wits cav. This is like the easiest. This is what a new player should be, just go with 2 with cav, don't even think about it. So I need to talk about that a little bit, and then there is also like I see tanks for hardness. Because I didn't talk about how hardness impacts, impacts suppression. I'm sure that's going over. Yeah, you guys can't see that. Oops. See if I can select the font, make it a little bit smaller. Apologize, guys. Bring that back up. Where's my notes? Yeah, so I think I should be talking about that a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Oldest. So yeah, but otherwise, I mean, it's not the worst info. It's not like there's anything particularly like egregious and incorrect. This is incorrect. This one here. I should take it down right now.
What is reinforcement rate and initiative? Reinforcement rate is the chance a division will move from reserves into combat, assuming that there is enough combat width to fit that division.
This has changed for sure.
So what does that mean? When a division is engaged on a battlefield, it will either be in combat or in reserves. If that division is in reserves, it is not actively contributing to the battle.
Yeah, the motorcycles too.
If you have seen a bubble go from green to red, and the enemy has not moved additional forces onto the battle, one of the main reasons could be a bad roll for reinforcement.
Yeah.
Reinforcement
Could also be
rate
cast.
is a global stat that is applied to all your divisions. The base reinforcement rate is 2% an hour. Imagine a D100 being rolled and you need 1 or 2 to come up. 2% is terrible odds. You want to increase this. The easiest way is to research radio. Radio is an extremely important early tech, as it alone will bring you to 7% reinforcement rate per hour. Do not forget to research radio. Initiative on
So like the way that radio's been split. So there's 3 techs now with radio. So it's like low, whatever, medium, and advanced. So it sucks because it's like you only get 2% on the first research instead of 5, which makes like, honestly, I don't know. Like I feel like you get reinforced memes so much more now.
on the other hand, increases the chance of reinforcing a battle, but it also gives a bonus to planning. Initiative is a combat stat, specific to each division.
Bro, look at this template. Look at this template. Dude, this is not meta at all anymore. 44, man.
Signal Companies 1 will give you a 20% bonus to initiative.
That must have been when the planes update came out.
And 12%
we were
more for
thinking-
each additional level. If you're battle planning,
Like, because like planes used to be 90 combat width, remember? 90 combat width? Yeah. Yeah, the
Signal
field marshal
companies are a must-
that's another good point. The field marshal's trait now is actually worth more because you can't get the tech. So it's worth more earlier on in the game.
must have for your offensive divisions. In addition to researching radio,
Yeah, I don't know if signals are actually a must-have.
and
They are very good. They are very good early on, like in like 1939, but there's just better stuff. There's just
adding
better
signal
stuff.
companies, you can also get bonuses to reinforcement rate in land doctrines by upgrading field marshals and sometimes a focus.
And that focus doesn't exist anymore.
By upgrading field marshals and sometimes
This is the old Soviet tree, isn't it? Yeah. You remember the old Soviet tree with like the Great Purge? This is the Great Purge. Can you guys see? Yeah, so obviously I think there needs some TLC for sure for the reinforced rate one. Force rate. Like radios have changed. I did talk about it, but maybe like signals okay, but not best options. Yeah, and in terms of like defensive units, it does come down to how you play. So like you could use signals on defensive units, but this end up not being super cost efficient. All right, just gonna move this up. Yeah. Anything else to add to that? Yeah, levels you basically need that. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so going back to oldest. So this is just a video where I play the game. I don't even want to watch the consumer good ones. I know it's a really
what
bad.
is reliability?
On how reinforcement rate is abused. Yeah, I think I have a script for. I might even have recorded it actually already. But I have something for reinforced meme. It's going to be like a short. So I think if I redo the reinforced rate video, I can do a short with it. Yeah. I'm also noticing that I talk very slow in these ones. Like slower than my current recordings. Yeah. All right.
In Hearts of Iron 4, reliability affects how often equipment breaks and needs to be replaced. For your divisions, maintenance support companies.
This has actually changed all completely because there's reliability bonuses now. There's also it honestly, another thing I probably don't talk about this is it doesn't matter on defense at all.
Can also give you a 5% boost to reliability per research level. As an added bonus, they also improve your equipment capture ratio. This makes
maintenance companies they matter a little bit for MP tanks early on, but because you can design really good reliability tanks, they don't matter as much now. So
makes maintenance support companies a must-have.
They used to be really important. Yeah, look at this. This is a pretty good division. This is I think this is before the
for your
tank designer.
expensive armored divisions. Also, reliability can be upgraded on tanks,
Yeah,
planes,
obviously, like look how you use it to upgrade tanks and planes.
and some other units. Although you may wish to prioritize speed, attack, or armor. I typically
Yeah,
ignore upgrading reliability with Fighter 1 since the loss ratio isn't really that high.
yeah. With this, you always wanted to just upgrade the engine. That was the first thing you wanted to do, and then range could come in, and then if you had extra weapons as well, but like the reliability really didn't matter.
And speed and attack will save more planes. Same with light tanks. However, with heavy tanks, I will give a point to reliability for every 2 other upgrades, just so that reliability doesn't go too low, as they do cost quite a bit per unit.
Do you guys remember like finishing your doctrine really early and then putting stuff on tanks?
If you are a minor power and can't produce a lot of equipment, you may wish to have higher reliability.
Okay, so yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, so reliability, there's obviously, it's been changed. Ability, nice. Oh. Sorry, ability. Oh my god, I can't spell right today. L-I-L-E. Yeah. Because there's like bonus now, and just like better examples. Like, doesn't matter on defense. Yeah, whatever. Canadian problems. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Okay. Yeah, it does feel like the medieval period, but it wasn't that long ago, dude. It was like 3 years ago. Like the game is all right. This is the one I've been dreading. I don't want to watch this one. It's also like the problem is I don't like taking down the videos because it's like that's 100 views. It'll like you know, it comes out of your channel.
What
right?
is consumer goods in Hearts of Iron 4? Consumer goods is the percentage your country's citizens are using your civilian factories.
Yeah,
Your economic law will affect this number the most, so it is important to upgrade the law as soon as
30,
you have the
25,
opportunity.
20.
Consumer goods is a bad number. You want to get this number down.
That I mean that's like to a new player saying that consumer goods is a bad number and you wanted to get it down. Like, I think that is like the perfect way to describe it. Like, because before this, like anywhere you look up consumer goods, it didn't. No one ever explained why or why like what was the point of going down or like what you did to affect this, right? So when you seen it, like when I first seen the economic laws, it's like, why would I want less consumer goods, right? That doesn't make any sense. You can probably, yeah, I can. Oh no, I'll unlist them.
If you have less than
But the thing is, if I type in like, if I go to like here, if I type in like civilian, no, sorry, not civilian, consumer goods, HOI4. If I type in this, I'm probably gonna be like, look, I'm number 1, right? So I have really good SEO or whatever. So by unlisting this and putting up a new video, I'm not gonna have this slot anymore. Does that make sense?
What is consumer goods?
So I don't want to unlist them. Yeah. So the thing is, if I unlist all these videos all at once, it'll kind of nuke my channel. Because, you know what I mean? Because I got a big thing about like, yeah. Yeah, see, you know, you get it. The more factors is obviously good. Yeah. Yeah, it would nuke my channel. So like I can update them slowly, but then I kind of want to get them fixed by kind of like the next couple weeks, right? Like I don't want to, I don't know. I've got a bunch of time. I want to pump them out. So, yeah, there's a bit of a dilemma. We'll see.
Number. You want to get this number down. If you have less than 20 civilian factories, a negative 5% upgrade may not free up an additional civilian.
Yeah, and there's also a thing about like civilian factories is
factory as the number in the calculation.
I think Lance, I think I actually might do that. I have yeah. I actually have a thing, or like I was thinking of stamping them with like obsolete or something, and then linking the new ones in the description and the comments, and then maybe after a year or so I can unlist them.
Calculation rounds up. However, if you have more than 20 civilian factories, reducing consumer goods should always be a top priority. High stability can give you a bonus to reducing consumer goods. Starting at 60% stability, you get a negative...
Is this still a thing?
1% bonus, up to 100%.
This isn't a thing anymore, I don't think.
where you get a negative 5% bonus.
Dude, you used to be able to, you could go to total mob, get full supremacy, or not full supremacy, you get full stability for negative 5%. This, I'm pretty sure they removed this. So you'd have 5% at that point, and then literally you just need another 5%. So you get war bonds or something, and you have 0 consumer goods.
Bonus. After you're at war, you may have the option
look
to
at
click
war
war
bonds.
bonds. If you have the option to go total mobilization.
Yeah, see? 10%. It used to be 10%. It's now 15, I think. And then obviously the any reductions is a consumer good factor. Yeah.
Do it.
Stability grants, does it? No, consumer good factor. Yes, it's factor. It's not per thing. Yes, okay. You're right.
Do not forget to allow women in the workforce to counteract the loss of manpower. Some nations start with high consumer goods because of major debuffs. The United States is the worst case scenario. They have the undisturbed.
They're probably not the worst case scenario anymore. like with all these DLCs and stuff, like
isolation economy law and the Great Depression national spirit, leaving you with access to relatively few of your civilian factories for construction. There are focuses, political advisors, and decisions that can help improve your consumer goods situation. Lastly, not all decisions that affect consumer goods improve it, like improved worker conditions. So be sure to remember.
All right, so I'm just gonna I'll put the note. It should just say consumer goods fix it's bad. Yeah, there we go. Consumer good, fix it bad. All right. Okay, nukes. Obviously, I think we don't even need to watch the nuke video, do we? Or do you guys want to go down memory lane? Yeah, let's watch
nukes
this.
In Hearts of Iron 4. Nukes are a late-stage game mechanic, used to damage divisions and provinces. Most experienced players will tell you that they're not worth rushing, as they take a long time to research, they're expensive to construct, and often the game is over before you have access to them. However, if your games are going regularly into 1944 or later...
I hope I mentioned it, but no one ever talked about how they were good for planes. For send help your CPU. They were good for taking out airports.
Sure. They can be quite helpful. So how do you get nukes? You need to research 3 techs. First, atomic research. This gives you negative 4% research time. Second, nuclear reactor. This unlocks...
I think it's not quite negative 4%. It's a 4% bonus to the rate of research.
The building by the same name, which can be built in any...
These are special projects now, and
territory that you own or occupy, but it can't be built in puppets. There is no additional benefit from this building other than stockpiling nukes, which will begin once you have the...
There is the consumer thing as well now. You can make a nuclear power plant to get bonuses.
Third and final tech. At the top of your screen,
different from the reactor,
this number will show you how many you have available. And if you hover over it, it'll give you an estimate on how long it'll take to build your next one. Once you have them, how do you use them? First, you need to be at war with the nation that is occupying the province and tile that you want to nuke. You also need at least 75% air superiority in the region and a strategic bomber within range. Note that this is different from a tactical bomber. You can only drop 1 bomb on the same province at the same time. Divisions that are nuked will not lose their entrenchment bonus. However, divisions will...
This has changed a bit too. I think this is the same for the standard nuke. It might be similar or very close, but the thermonuclear bomb hits the state level, and it's like between like 60% and 90%.
Lose a random percentage of their health points and organization. It will take 12 hours to drop after
this is different too. There's a whole different mechanic for
clicking this button. Nations that are nuked will also lose war.
And then obviously you don't click this button, it's a raid thing.
War support. Good targets
and they don't lose war support anymore, I don't think.
For nukes are the capital, their largest port for supply reasons, cities in their core territory to reduce their economic capabilities, and airports.
Yes.
Targeting airports will damage the airport as well as destroying airplanes located on that province. You cannot nuke ships, either in port, at sea, or even the sea tiles themselves. So now you know what to do. Send them some love.
Bro. That's funny. Yeah. The special product, it's so much, it is more micro and stuff now, but it does, I like the end game ones. Like a big thing that people complained about with Hearts of Iron 4 is that the nukes weren't realistic, quote unquote. They were, they were realistic for the time period, right? Because like the like Fat Man, like it wasn't that big of a nuke, so it wouldn't take out like an entire state. Like it would take, you would blow up a city, right? So and if you hit, like, obviously hit an airport, everything in the airport would go too. But the thing is, like, the people were expecting it to, like, it's like you hit New York, but also Albany should be damaged. Like that's like the Tsar Bomba today, the new card. I mean, I'll make sure to add it back in. Yeah, send them some love, right? Yeah. Yeah. I hope not. Here, I'm gonna actually.
What are nukes?
So writing comments. Okay. Yeah. So look, we've already even got a comment. Someone, like, it's been canceled for no reason. This would be a thing, is like, if they put up air, they can cancel it, right? So like, people are searching and getting my videos, but some of them they need some love. So nukes obviously need some love too, right? Yeah. Volunteers, rockets will need some love too. I think I'm just gonna skip a few of these, because the rockets. Actually, a good question. Yeah, I haven't been using them too much, but anyone actually been using rockets in the new update? Supplies good. Entrenchment's fine. Okay. I don't think anything's changed with volunteers. Let's double check.
What are volunteers in Hearts of Iron 4? Volunteers are divisions that you can send to a foreign war without having your nation declare war. Volunteers are different from expeditionary forces. In the early game, volunteers are a great way to grind generals and get XP. In vanilla Hearts of Iron 4, you need at least 30 divisions to send volunteers.
The base total number of volunteers you can send is 5% of your total count, rounded up to the nearest 20. For example, if you have 150 divisions, you can send 8, and if you have 200 divisions, you can send 10.
Be aware that there are national spirits that buff and debuff this number.
You are also limited by the number of provinces in the destination country. This number is 5% of the total provinces they control. Volunteers also keep 95% of their equipment when returning.
If you have the Waking Tiger
I'll have to
DLC,
check these numbers.
You can also send volunteer air wings by clicking this.
Because sometimes they change these numbers up. This is something I learned pretty early on. It's like the numbers get changed a lot more often in HOI4 than I'd like. Check numbers.
Checkbox, and then moving air wings to an airfield in the participating country. You should be aware
the air wing stuff has changed a little bit.
Sending volunteers will generate a little bit of world tension. You can also check to see who has sent volunteers in the world tension history. Depending on which DLCs you have, you may have modifiers preventing your nation from sending volunteers. Democratic and neutral nations are also not able to send volunteers until the world tension has reached a certain level, usually 40 or 50%. If you have the ability to send volunteers, I strongly recommend doing so, as leveled up generals and early XP is extremely beneficial.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you can counter against them, but it's kind of like a percentage thing too, right? So like sometimes they just lose a bunch of planes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure nothing's really changed with entrenchment. Quick drift, that's fine. Let's hit AA.
Anti-air artillery.
Oop.
What is anti-air in Hearts of Iron 4? Anti-air.
So I think I need to, like, there's obviously state level anti-air and equipment, so maybe this could be 2 videos.
Can refer to buildings or equipment used to take down enemy planes. There are 3 types of anti-air in Hearts of Iron 4. I guess. Static anti-air, anti-air artillery, and anti-air tanks, otherwise known as SPAA. Static anti-air is a building that can be constructed at the state level, and it can go up to level 5. It is unlocked with researching 1936 anti-air. This is found on the artillery research page. Researching anti-air artillery 1940 and 1943 provides a 10% static anti-air damage factor bonus for each level. Centrometric radar, level 3, 4, and 5.
The radar has changed, unfortunately.
Give a 20% bonus to static anti-air per level. Static anti-air
There's more equipment types
against planes on strategic bombing, port strike, and air supply missions. The second type is anti-air artillery, sometimes called towed anti-air. This can be added to your divisions as battalions or as a support company. It can also be motorized. The third type is self-propelled anti-air, or SBAA, which is a variant of tanks. If you don't have the No Step Back DLC, SBAA is researched by clicking the small icon on the tank you wish to research. If you do have the No Step Back DLC, you can create SBAA by attaching an anti-air armament to a tank and switching the tank type to anti-air. Towed AA, motorized AA, and SBAA provide air attack to your divisions. Air attack in the combat stats will reduce the enemy air superiority penalty to speed and defense for that unit. This equipment will shoot down enemy planes, but it'll only shoot down enemy close air support and tactical bombers on ground attack missions. The air attack value applies to this division only. This is different from the air attack value on planes, which I will cover in a later video. Equipment in divisions will not shoot down fighters,
I don't think I've covered it yet.
strategic bombers, or any other type of plane, other than CAS and tactical bombers.
All right, cool. Dozer. Yeah, I think I talk about the dozers. All right, let's watch the entrenchment video.
What is entrenchment in Hearts of Iron 4? Entrenchment is a mechanic that provides units with bonuses to attack and defense when defending a tile. This bonus is 2% per point of entrenchment. If your units are not moving, they will automatically build up entrenchment. Entrenchment goes up once per day at midnight and will increase until it reaches max entrenchment. Usually 2% per day, but this can be faster with entrenchment speed buffs. Max entrenchment is calculated from a number of factors. First, base entrenchment for all units is 5. You can also increase your division's entrenchment with engineer companies. You get +5 for your first level and +2 for each additional tech. If you have the No Step Back DLC, engineer companies 2 now give you access to the Dozer Blade module.
I think I talked about it, Randy. Did you?
Per tank battalion. They can also be used as support companies with flame tank companies and armored recon. There are 2 doctrines that have entrenchment bonuses. Grand Battle has Trench Warfare, which gives you +10 max entrenchment, and Mass Assault has Deep Battle, which gives you +5. Field Marshals that are Old Guard will provide +1 entrenchment, and the Field Marshal trait Defensive Doctrine gives you +30%. You can also get +5 max entrenchment from the General trait Ambusher. When used correctly, entrenchment can be stacked to provide some insane defense stats, but it shouldn't be the only thing you focus on.
All right. Yeah, I think I said that last line because like I'd make a video and then people would just only focus on it. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. You're like, oh, it's 2 years ago. That was 1 million years ago. No, dude. Like, not at all. It feels fine. I honestly, I probably just cut this one if I made any changes to it. I know that I talk about what do you call that? Like where fuel is. I'd probably cut that out. Planning's fine. Power. Coordination's good. Trade law. I could talk about like the exceptions, but yeah. Piercing hardness, these are up to date. Yeah. So I think those are the ones that are probably the biggest that need to be fixed. And then I just got a lot of like random ones, like updated. All right. Oh, don't get 5 anymore, do they? Okay. All right. I'll leave I'll put that on the notes there. There's certainly ones I think I need to do consumer goods first. Consumer goods and nukes and rockets need to be fixed. The companies. All right. So yeah, do that. All right, guys, I got some notes there for me, but yeah, thanks for tuning in. Piercing should have partial power. Ooh, good question, actually. So I did talk about it, and then I think
and piercing.
I made it in such a way. I remember this actually. I made it in such a way that I can fix it in the editor.
In Hearts of Iron 4.
Did I actually fix
These are 2 combat stats that greatly change how units perform in battle. Piercing is weighted against armor. If the piercing value of your division is higher than your opponent's armor, your opponent will be considered pierced, and vice versa. If one of the divisions is not pierced, modifiers will be applied. When defending, if your division is not pierced by the enemy, you will lose 50% less org and take 50% less HP damage. When attacking, if your division is not pierced, your attacks will reduce the enemy's organization by an additional 50%. Right. So how do divisions get their armor and piercing? Equipment has to a division is with the tank destroyer models, battalions. For important to use fully equipped builds for. It doesn't tend to build the best tank division, but 50 of 100, 50% less reasons for why tank divisions is not pure.
I think I have. I'm gonna check the editor. I think I have a section that I cut out. There's like a section here. I'm pretty sure. If not, I have the original video, but there's a section around here where I talk about it, and I ended up cutting it out because it was like at the time they said they added it, but then I tested it and it wasn't in the game, and so I said it was basically like with no step back. They said that they added partial piercing, but from testing this doesn't work. But this is how the mechanic works, and then I explained the mechanic, and then the idea was that like, if I was wrong, I could cut it out. And I think I cut out the whole section, but I'm pretty sure I might be able to revert it. So there would be a section here. I might actually be able to fix this video. So I'm gonna try. I'll look at that actually right off stream. So this video might get like 10 seconds longer. There's a way to do it. All right. But yeah, thanks Randy for pointing that out. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave you guys here. But thanks for tuning in. You know, like, subscribe, do all that jazz. I've also got a Twitch account you guys can check out. I sometimes stream over there. And yeah, I'll be back very soon. I know I said this last week, but we do have a video in the works. So it'll be out pretty soon. And then I'm going to try to fix some of these here. So yeah, that's probably what we'll see a lot of next. But yeah. All right, guys. Bye for now.